slave labor camp. Ollendorf, Germany. 1,000 Jewish women under constant and harsh supervision in a German slave labor camp. On this great autumn day, a piece of exciting information was whispered in my ear. I've gotten hold of candles, Shabbos candles. Do you want to light them, Miriam? I stared at my friend. She smiled. Don't you believe me? Shabbos candles. I found some wax in the department where I work. I melted it down, and here they are. My heart soared. Shabbos lights, in the very midst of the darkness that pressed in on us from every side. A tiny pinpoint of light and warmth, the Shabbos flames. In that instant, I forgot the SS, forgot instruction manuals, arms and missiles, forgot the cold and the whips and the starvation rations. I forgot the image of the loaded gun that was never far from my inner eye. Well, my friend asked, do you want to light the candles? Yes. Aren't you afraid? Afraid? Of what? The whip, the gun, the gas chamber? I cut her off. I'm afraid of the stick in the hand of my Father in heaven. I intended to fill my obligations as a Jewish woman. That night, my friend smuggled her treasure to me. 2 simple candles which I clutched to my heart, feeling almost as if I'd found my lost child, snatched out of my arms many days before, as if I'd found a portion of my own heart that had been stolen away. What power did these candles have? How were they being able to ignite such a flame inside me? I had no explanation. I recalled my mother's covered face and felt her spirit illuminate my subdued and broken heart. Friday came. In my room, 14 Jewish girls had completed the day's work and were preparing to welcome the Shabbos Queen. I wanted to give all my friends the opportunity to share in my mitzvah by answering Amen. The time for candle lighting approached, an hour before sunset. The western skies were already stained crimson and purple. Today, it seemed 7 times more beautiful than usual, as though the sun itself had decided to adorn our room in honor of the Shabbat before sinking out of sight. A ray of sunlight wandered into the room and rested for a moment on the candles. It lent them a golden glow, making the simple homemade candles seem taller, nobler. Even as I trembled, the ray trembled too, and moved on. 13 pairs of eyes fixed themselves on me. I stepped up to the candles. Around me, I sensed the others nodding their heads, their throats choked with tears. I struck a match, lit the candles, and passed my hands over the candles when suddenly, heavy footsteps surrounded in the corridor. We recognized those footsteps. They belonged to our SS supervisor. Our hearts stopped. Quickly, I covered my eyes and recited the blessing. I remained where I was, hands over my eyes, pleading in a strange, strangled voice. The supervisor flung open the door. With a single glance, she took in the entire scene. We all stood frozen. As I continued praying with covered eyes, she stood silent, astounded. She issued a sharp order. Go outside to the waiting truck. The other girls hurried to obey her command, and I was left alone in the room. I looked at the candles. Will my lighting these candles lead to all my friends being carted away to who knows where? I wondered near despair. The flames burned brightly as my lips moved in soundless prayer. Then peace returned, and I knew with certainty my friends would not be harmed because of these holy candles. Slowly, I walked outside to join the others. Just as I arrived, my friends appeared from behind the truck, bearing loaves of bread. They explained she ordered us to take these loaves to the kitchen. Uncontrollably, I burst out words of thanks and praise. Blessed is he who performed a miracle for me on the spot. As the sages taught, the messages of a mitzvah are truly not harmed. I lifted my eyes heavenward. The sun had not yet sunk beneath the rim of the horizon. A last stripe of light lingered at the western edge of the sky, as though to proclaim the miracle. Then, its job finished, it disappeared, and the Shabbos queen descended on the world.